Yes, we are. So today's show is all about where do we begin? Where do we begin? Setting intentions for 2024. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? Oh! So I have two awesome guests. I have two awesome guests. And if y'all don't know, then I don't know where y'all been. But check out my Instagram. Check out my Instagram all the time because I tell y'all what's happening, what's going to happen, where we're going to be, what we're going to do, what we're going to do all the time. All the time. Yeah. Oh, I'm always having some minor issues, but we're going to get this thing right. We're going to get it right. So I know my guests are already here because they was waiting. They was waiting for this thing to start. They was waiting for this thing to start. But I want to start a little something. So on that's the end of last year. The end of last year, we did
Whatever you
some cool
do it
things.
for less
Is that
at
it?
Harbor Freight.
Okay. Y'all, electronics touching different things, and I got feedback. So sorry about that. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I was excited to be able to go to the movies at the end of um, on Christmas. A lot of people were going to go see The Color Purple. I had already saw The Color Purple because I got a special invite. I got a special invite to see The Color Purple early. So we went to see Wonka. We went to see Wonka. And I love the original. I didn't see the second one. I didn't see the second one, but I did see this one. Now, if you're into movie or musicals, then this is the thing for you. But what I liked also about this movie is just there was a specific song that I liked. Y'all kind of hear it in the background. But part of the lyrics to this song says, if you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do, do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. Now, it might seem pretty corny to you, but it's real to me. Last year, my word of the year was intention. Wanted to make sure I set some true intentions, being intentional about the things that I wanted in my life. I'm not going to cry early. Wanted in my life, wanted to do in my life. So this year, I'm starting the year with just that. So, where do we begin? Where do we begin, y'all? We are beginning with setting intentions for 2024. My two guests this morning will enlighten us on a few different things. And I'm so excited for them to be here. Y'all, here we go. We got Top Badge, Lord Just Me, as well as Kind Hearted Babe. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Hey, how are
Good
you? There you go.
morning.
It's slow coming in here, but we
Good morning. Good morning.
good morning. How are you all? How are you doing this morning?
I am well.
How
How
are
are
you?
you? How are you?
I am well. Thank you for asking.
Yes, of course,
Um,
indeed. We always want to kind of set where we are. Come on now. I know y'all. I know y'all, but if somebody was asleep under a rock and didn't know who you were, go ahead and let them know who you are and what you got going on here. Because they had to be asleep under that rock. But we're going to let them know anyway.
Kind. I would not dare go first. Go ahead, love.
Good morning, guys. My name is Kind Hearted Babe. I am a streamer. I am going for my top badge. I stream on the weekends. I am a co-host of She Code and Everything Kind. I like to say in a world where you guys can choose to do and be anything, I hope you guys always choose to be kind. I am a star and yeah, I'm all about positivity. So
Hmm.
Welcome, beautiful, kind-hearted babe.
Good morning, everybody. If you don't know who I am Top Badge Lord Just Me. Right now, I am kind-hearted babe for Top Badge. I could use my
Yes.
platform right now to push myself, but right now it's about that young lady that's under me. She has hit her goals that she needs to hit. She is a great streamer. She is always so bubbly and full of life. One of her sayings is, "My heart is so full." When a person says that, you cannot do anything but support them and push them. So right now, y'all know what I do. Karaoke on Mondays, feature show on Thursdays, hypothetically, of course. Fridays, we got the Fave Party. Saturdays, I'm one of the four co-hosts of the G Code. But Kind-Hearted Babe for Top Badge. Just keep that in mind. Kind-Hearted Babe for Top Badge. Thank you, Ms. Devon, for having me too.
Man, I'm just so excited that you guys are here. I'm just happy that you're here. Thank you for joining me and everyone that comes to see me for Divine Living. Divine Living is a just happened to be the featured show on the app for the 11 o'clock spot on the Tag app. So this is your featured show for the 11 o'clock spot on Saturdays. So this show is about personal growth and wellness. I started this show last year, right around this time, and we started with talking about the 8 dimensions of wellness. Now, I'll run those to you later, but right now, we're talking about where do we begin? Setting intentions for 2024. And I'm getting over some congestion, so I'll be on my water a lot. Y'all drink your water anyways. Drink your water.
I'm with you.
So when we talk about where do we begin, I saw this quote, and I want to know not just how it resonates with you, but also tying it into reflections. It is wise to keep in mind that neither success nor failure is final. What are some significant personal growth moments or even challenges that you've experienced in 2023?
mm, or just me.
Oh, that was a good deferment right there. Good deferment. One of the things that I had to go through was I told somebody the other day that it was crazy that I wasn't finding any victories in my wins. Wasn't getting any victories out of my wins. Um, my success on the app came with different things. When you're successful at doing anything, there's going to be a lot of other things that come with it. There's going to be a lot of slander. There's going to be a lot of narratives. There's going to be a lot of things that come with it that you don't really anticipate because you think everybody is supposed to be happy for your success, and that's not the case. It's not the case, and even sometimes the people that are they're not intent on causing you to fail. It's just their job to report the bad things. And one of the things that I struggled with was wondering and trying to defend myself all the time. I had to fix that. Like you cannot defend yourself about things that go on all the time, especially the things that are not true. The worst thing you can do is just waste energy and time because those are things you can't get back. You can put the energy out there, and if that person don't put it back out there with you, then it's just out there. You just gave away something. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't fill a broken glass. So I had to figure out some things, and that was one of the struggles that I had was why does success come with so much hardship? It's not that it comes with so much hardship; it's that it's hard to get there. So why, when you get there, do you think it's gonna be easy now?
Mm, yeah, I get that.
For me, 2023, I had a lot of I think my biggest conflict was just really trying to figure out if the person that I was good enough. I felt like that my heart kept putting me in situations that I knew weren't good for me, taking it people and family taking advantage of me. And I just wanted I had a moment where I really wanted to be a different kind of kind. I wanted to be like everyone else. I wanted my heart not to work the way that it worked. And towards the end of the year, I came to the reality that I can't change how people view me. I can't change how people use me, but I can change how I react and how I lend out and give access to my heart and myself and my resources. And it's a definitely was a hard pill to swallow, and it's not something that I've accomplished, but it's definitely something that I'm working forward and moving forward with great intentions to authentically continue to be myself. But I decide who gets access to me. I decide who I'm willing to help. I decide where I go, not the other way around, just because they love me and they have ties to me. I have to be the key holder, the navigator, the pilot of my life, not the passenger in my journey.
Yeah, I love
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Be the key holder of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, yes,
Kind of hard at the top badge. Kind of hard at the top badge. Mm-hmm.
yes. Welcome everybody. This is Divine Living, a personal growth and wellness show where we talk about being well. Today is all about setting intentions for 2024. Where do we begin? Well, we've started from the top in reflections, and I'm hoping to tie 6 R's in today. Hopefully, we can get them all, but they are the first one we've just touched into is reflection. You've heard from both Top Batch, Lord Destiny, and Kind Hearted Babe. Thank you again for joining us on this show this morning. So, my second R is redirection. Redirection. Expanding new um, ways of growth. What are some unique and exciting ways to explore your passion and your interest? Um, I know that a lot of times we see the things that you're doing here, but what's that behind the scenes thing look like when you're trying to explore things that excite you or are interesting to you?
Kind. Yeah.
Um, so I think a lot of for the people who don't know, I'm an avid reader, so I am always trying to find more ways to find new books um and whether that's going to like thrift stores or Barnes and Nobles, which I know there's not a lot of Barnes and Nobles out there anymore, but your girl still goes. And I'm also an outdoors person, so I'm always looking for new nature trails. I'm looking for new hikes I can walk on, new bookstores. And if anyone knows me, I love to cook, so I'm always looking for new recipes, anything to pep me up, um, any new ways to spice up life. And that's kind of what cooking is, adding a little spice to life. So, behind the scenes, kind is cooking, reading, and learning and learning more recipes. That's me behind the scenes.
Awesome.
Okay. Me behind the scenes is music. Like I think my stream kind of knows that as well too. Like we walk from one room to the next room and we playing different music. I can go from one song to the next. It's always music for me, whether I'm writing in my head or just listening, trying to find new artists. I love old school R&B. I love really all genres of music because I'm a musician. So I always run back to music. It's also being a dad from long distance. Like it's a lot. That's a lot to do right there, just in itself. Trying to make sure I keep the relationships the way I need them to be, especially with me having girls. I have two daughters, a 17-year-old and an 11-year-old. Um, Trying to make sure that they understand that just because I'm not there doesn't mean that I'm not there. I have always reinforced that all the time. That takes time. That's not something that you could just say and then that's it. No, you got to show that. And another part of it right now is trying to figure out how to deal with my daughter becoming a grown up. Like she's on the college
Mm,
campus right now, early. It's different. It's different. It's scary, and it's always on my mind. So that's definitely one of those things that are in the background, but the forefront when I'm not on tag and when I'm not taking being here.
yeah. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Um, that's definitely the key to parenting. Sometimes we think that we go overreact, but sometimes we need to overreact.
Yeah, of course we
We
do.
sometimes we definitely need to overreact. I wanna hang in that redirecting part for just a little bit, which I've noticed a lot since I've had this show now, not featured, but I've been doing the show now for a year, and um, along with just the experience of doing and being in front of people, all different types of people, come those favorite things that we know and love, those trolls. How do you redirect from the frustration that they may cause in your stream, in the people that are on, like the people that you care about, in your life or just in your life?
Lord, just me.
um, it's exactly that. Like it's according to what's going on. Like you have to know how to protect yourself, your energy, not only yourself and your energy, but your stream, their energy, and their feelings. So you can move differently with them. Same way I move in real life. Like I'm not gonna pay you no attention in the beginning. I'm gonna give you the normal salutations, and once I see that you're with the shenanigans, or once I see that you shenan once, I know that you will shenan again. So um, yeah, I'm not gonna pay you no mind. But being a streamer tip, y'all, for anybody that's in the room, sometimes you have to allow that to happen. That helps your comments, that helps your views and everything else. Now, as long as they're not being disrespectful, you can do all the talking you want to. Reason being is the way I've learned to kill a troll is to ignore them. Ignore them, ignore them, ignore. I'm talking about I tell my stream, hey, we're gonna keep talking right around them. Like they ain't said nothing. As long as they don't get too far out there. They get too far out there, you got to protect yourself. Like I say, your energy and your definitely your stream. In real life, I'm handsome and everything. I believe. Thank you. But this face don't give off troll me. I had to give you a little bit of context. This face just does not give off troll me in real life. I am very receptive to women. I don't really too much mess deal with a lot of guys. If you decide to troll me, I don't think that would be good for either one of us. Because I'm gonna tell you about yourself right then and there. We're gonna stop this right here, right now. Wherever it started is where we're gonna finish this at right now. So troll me on tag, leave me alone in real life, and we fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
so for me, like I said, my stream is like probably it's not as something that you would normally come into on tag. So my energy is always super bubbly, and not everyone is, receptive to that. Not everyone likes it. So I definitely get my fair share of trolls. And my thing is, I just kill them with kindness. Like as long as they're not being overly explicit or mean or nasty, I kind of just like laugh them off. Like, why are you having a bad day? What's wrong? Like, add a little sunshine to your cup. Like, I'm gonna antagonize you with some kindness. Like, it's really not. I don't really see too much harm to it. Now I do have bouncers in there who see trolling a little differently than I do, which I definitely do respect. So that's good to have people to come in and protect you. But for me, I just kill them with kindness. I really don't see the point in entertaining negativity from someone who's typing nasty comments. Um, in real life, I think my approach is really the same. I think how I grew up with as a kid, it really gave me the sense that people can say me things all the time. Doesn't mean it's true. And people love to hate on what they can't be. So whether they can't be as happy as I can, so they're gonna clown me for my happiness. So I let them live their best life. If trolling makes you happy, I am happy for you. Just don't stay in my live with it if it gets too far out of hand. So yeah.
I get that. I get that because people come at me a lot saying, "Oh, she's always smiling." So how can I don't understand. Why do people hate on positivity? But they do. They do all the time. I'm not worried about it, but they do all the time. So I keep smiling even amongst those trolls. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me and Lord Top Bachelor Just Me, Kind Hearted Babe. This is Divine Living, a featured show here on the Tag app, where we talk about being well. Today, we are talking about setting intentions for 2024. So, we've talked about already reflections, redirection. This third one that I want to touch on is about resolutions. Not necessarily making your New Year's resolution, because I don't know if I really believe in resolving or resolutions for the year, but what I do believe on in is being intentional about things. So when things don't go as planned, embracing change and embracing discomfort, how do we step out of our comfort zone and embrace the opportunity for personal growth?
Mm.
So I'll go ahead and go, Kai. It's just like right now with the app going through what it's going through. Um, you can either stand. I think I just got to speak on it. It's a lot going on with the app going on right now as far as this split that's happening and everything else, right? And with that being said, there's a lot of people making um, decisions and being impulsive and not showing any respect or homage to the thing that they come from. So where my resolve and what my resolution is, my chance right now was I'm probably one of the most attacked and slandered and lied on, hated on, talked about streamers on the app. So at this moment, like, who would think that Lord Just Me would step out front and be an advocate for the app? Here's my chance. Here's my chance to take an opportunity. Because even though the app has, I went through some things on the app has strengthened me in different ways. Um, it helped with my anxiety. It brought people into my life that I would have never met and never had a chance to love and appreciate and learn from and help and support. So even with, like we were just speaking on, the trolls, you got to think about anything in life you can label as a troll. Anything in life that happens can be labeled as a troll. You and people that hate on you for no reason. A person that's at your job that hates that you're moving up and that you're up next for a promotion. Um, a friend that envies you, the man that you have. You have everything in life. So that's the same thing we get on the app. That's the same things I got here. But my good outweighs my bad. The good outweighs the bad on the things that I got from the app. So my resolution right now is, yeah, I'm gonna stand up for Tag right now when a lot of people aren't. I'm gonna stand up for the app that has given me growth, given me an opportunity, and everything else. That's my resolution. People can look at what I'm saying right now as a shameless plug, and if you look at it like that, and you on the app right now looking at me, you're on the app right now enjoying this peaceful energy that Miss Divine is giving us, then you're the one that's wrong. You're looking at this the whole other way. Because you can look at it as just an app, but if you spend more than 2 to 3 hours on this app throughout your day, if you're spending money on this app that you earn from your job or whichever way you get your money, right? It's part of your life. It's actually part of your budget. It is what it is. I'm big tag right now. I'm big tag gang. I think somebody got to speak up for us, so I'll be the one that does it right now. I'm big tag right now. So that's all I have to say about that, Ms. Divine. I appreciate you letting me advocate for the app that's giving us this opportunity right now. We can't hear you, love.
Hear you.
Don't worry about it, y'all. Listen, y'all know where we at. We over here with Miss Divine on Divine Living. Yep, I hear you
Thank you.
now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for even letting me know. Gosh. I
Of
don't
course.
know. It's being technical like it's being technical today. Go ahead, Miss Kind Hearted Babe. What would you like to add to that?
Would you mind repeating? Um,
Yeah, yeah. So we're on resolution. We're on resolution. And when things don't go as planned, how do we embrace discomfort and using that as opportunities of growth?
Yeah, so I believe that life is like my grandmother used to say that life is like seasons, right? Nothing ever stays the same. Things are always changing. And sometimes change is uncomfortable, but life doesn't stop because you're uncomfortable. Time doesn't stop because you're uncomfortable. And sometimes you have to take that uncomfortable situation and look for the positive in it, not to be a pun, but I like to look for the light in everything. Definitely when it's uncomfortable. I feel like in the most painful and uncomfortable situations, that's the most moment for you to grow. Like that is where you sprout up, like, Jack and the Beanstalk, and you reach for the stars. Like I think that those are the moments where you have to buckle down, put on your big girl pants or big boy pants. For Lord, it's me. And you do what you have to do. You come out of it better. No, no, nothing that and nothing in life that is worth having is easy to accomplish. So I definitely think when you're in an uncomfortable situation, just look for that silver lining, look for the light, and really just push through. And that's something that I'm really good at. I feel like I grow and I learn the best out of pain and uncomfort. So I'm always looking for the silver lining in a situation, no matter what it is.
Yeah, yeah. It can seem challenging at first, but when we even going back to some of the things that we talked about, when we use like that resolution and go back to redirection or even reflecting on things, you can see the growth that you've made. Just going through those things that you thought were supposed to be one way, but you actually learned something more in it all. One thing that I really love about your stream, I've only been to Kind Hearted a couple of times, but seeing you in different shows and just how you interact with people and how you even come with me to me about some things, not in a bad way, but saying, hey, pick up your smile. And even if you didn't know you were doing it directly, you did it. I want to say thank you both for just your positivity. The next R that I wanted to touch on is relationships. So, building that support system, surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive individuals that uplift us and inspire us on our journey. I receive inspiration from you both, but let's talk about where you receive your inspiration.
Or just me, go for it.
My inspiration right now is shameless plug, and I'm not ashamed. My inspiration right now is Kind Hearted Babe, Pretty Wiki, um, Big Fine, DJ Brooklyn's own DJ. That's my inspiration right now. Like these are people that I've watched grow. Also Brookie. I've watched these people grow. They've helped me in my Bear Pierre for Top Badge. These all are people that have helped me. Mima for Top Badge. As you can see, I'm into cultivating my people right now. That's my inspiration. All these people helped me get to where I am. I met people like Mima right from my own city. You would think you would never meet somebody like that right from my own city that's on the same mission. And as soon as she found out where I was from, we locked in. We take off. Kind hearted to watch her go from baby stream to watch her lose a page and then say, okay, I'm still going. I don't care, and keep pushing and get her numbers to where they need to be. Um, Brooklyn came in and really changed the atmosphere of my stream. He helped change the atmosphere and the vibe of my stream, and I appreciate him. Brookie is just so who she is. all the time. That's who, what you see is what you're gonna get. Barry Pierre is one of the coolest guys on the app. Consistent streamer, good personality, good vibes. Is not with none of the other stuff. Those are my inspirations right now. Like I have aspirations and goals still on the app, but these are the same people that are still helping me get there. So right now, I feel like you're supposed to take opportunity to make sure that they get what they're supposed to get. I want to see everybody on my team grow. I want to see everybody around us grow. I want to see everybody on the Tag app grow and prosper as much as possible.
Thank you.
So my inspiration really for the end of the year, towards the end of the year, I lost my grandmother, my nan, and I felt like recently I've been, or the towards the end of the year and so forth, I've been really trying to remember all the love and the thank you, all the love that she poured into me. I feel like I was losing my light in 2023, and so I kind of, when I lost her, it kind of reignited a light in me. It kind of made me realize that I had someone who truly loved me and saw me for what I was and who I was. And I had to live up to that expectation, live up to what she saw, live up to how she made me feel, the love that she gave, and how that made me feel and how it made me want to be better for her and for myself. So my nan is my inspiration from, as a kid to now and further on in real life, and on the app. She really helps me continue to be myself, my positive self, my quirky, goofy, joke telling Disney character in real life kind of person. But that's who I am, and that's who she loved, and I can't change who I am. It makes me who I am, and I love that about me. As far as like tag goes, and I hate when people separate the two, but tag is different for me than what I do in my everyday life, but it ties into who I am as a real person. I definitely think my inspiration on the app would be Lord Just Me. And I said this 7 months ago, and I'll keep saying it. When I first met Lord Just Me, the way that he runs his stream, the way that every single woman or male that comes into his stream, how they communicate, how they uplift the positivity. I literally felt like I walked into my heart. And I hate to say that my heart was so full, but it genuinely was, because when you think of like when you walk into a room and everyone says, hello, hi, how are you? You're so pretty. You're so nice. It really makes your heart flutter. So I was like, wow, I'm like all lovey dovey, and here's a room full of love. I want to continue to promote that and make sure that I'm being a part of that. And I create a vibe that is just like that. That was a huge inspiration for me to be a better streamer. Demi Goddess, every single star. Like, there's so many great people who lead great examples, no matter what is going on in their real worlds or what's going on in tag world. They really come and give you the energy that you might not know you need that day. And that's an inspiration for me. I'm really big on one smile can change a person's day. So you never know, by you just getting on this app and you sharing your energy, how that can change someone. So that's my inspiration, affecting change by a little bit of kindness.
Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I go to Lord Just Me's stream just for that. Because I know that I can find that smile. Like, okay, let me sit here and just receive something for a little while. So thank you for being who you are, both of you, for setting the tone for so many things, knowingly and unknowingly. I want to say thank you. So, we've talked about already, if you guys are just joining me, we're talking about setting intentions for 2024. We've touched on reflection, redirection, resolution, relationships. This one that I want to talk about next is RESPECT, respect. Now, respect comes in different ways. But what I really want to touch on too is respecting ourselves in and others in our growth. What are some ways that we can protect and practice gratitude while being mindful of our own personal growth and overall happiness. Because we matter too. Sometimes people don't think that. We have to respect ourselves. Let's talk about it.
Or just me?
Yeah, okay, nope, not a problem. So, in the midst of always caring and being kind, as Kind Hearted would say, and making sure that you provide smiles and support for others, always remember and respect that self preservation is the first law of man. Self preservation meaning you cannot help or do for others until you do for yourself and put yourself in a
Mm,
position to help others. Respect what you have going on. Respect that you have goals. Respect that your happiness counts. Respect that your time matters. Respect that your thoughts and views should be heard and have the right to be heard as anybody else's. And respect that when you're in respect is a big thing with me. And that's probably why I'm on the stance that I'm on right now. Like, again, here I go, and I mean what I say. Um, Even in business practices, you should be respectful. I don't feel like you should ever um, bite the hand that feeds you. In a sense, you should never. If you teach me a trade, then I shouldn't make sure that I line up in your area where you're doing business at and intend to steal your clients. So you should always do good business, and that's one of the reasons that, and be respectful. That's one of the reasons that I'm still on the tag that again.
awesome.
Yeah. If y'all ain't noticed, I'm a big advocate right now for the app. Respect is a. I really tried to be very, very, very clean right there, and I'm gonna be that. But respect is a big thing, y'all. Y'all know that in real life. Y'all know that if you're not giving the next person respect, that you can't expect that back. And that even when you don't know a person, the thing that you come in with first off is, you know, being courteous, and respectful. So that's a big thing. Always remind and again, like she said, respecting yourself is one of the biggest things. Women and men, we all need to respect ourselves.
Definitely.
So I think respect is it's an interesting thing, right? Because it's something that everyone wants, but I don't think that it's necessarily given out as it should be, right? Um, Definitely when you're talking about respecting people's growth in the paths that they're on, your path and my path may never line up. We may be passing trains. You may be ahead of me. I may be behind you, or I may be in front of you, vice versa. I think you have to respect and acknowledge people's growth in their achievements and not take it as a you're failing or you're behind or you left them, vice versa. I think when it comes to people's growth in their timelines, it's all based on who you are. I try not to compare my achievements with other people's achievements. I try to respect the person's growth, and not let my feelings overshadow their success. It's so easy to see someone win and would think, well, I could have did that. Well, no, 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 no. They did that. That's good for them. I respect that you put in all that hard work. Now I'm gonna go put in my hard work so I can have that same I did this kind of attitude. Um, Respect for me is something that's earned. It's not outright given. It's not something that's free of charge. Nothing in this world is free, even though I believe that love should be. That's a whole other conversation. But I definitely think respect is earned. Treat people how you want to be treated. Pour into people how they pour into you. And I know the saying is treat people how you want to be treated. I wasn't going to say pour into people how you want to be poured into because that doesn't reverse how it's supposed to. But I definitely think respect is something that is earned, not given. Um, and when it comes to respecting people's growth, just remember there's a process, there's a timeline, and your timeline will never match up with your friends or your family. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're behind, it just means that you're walking this journey the way that you're supposed to be walking it.
Awesome.
So respect the
I'm
process.
gonna right. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Respect the process. So, in respecting the process, 2024 is a leap year. 2024 is a leap year. Um, and the next process I want to talk about is renewing ourselves. In this leap year, how can we, um, in our personal growth and wellness journey this year, how do we make steps to push ourselves beyond our comfort zones? Because so many times we get stuck in this routine, and I've had to check myself a few times too in this journey. And I've only been here a year. I haven't been on the app for a year, but I've only been doing this show for a year. But how do we push ourselves past those comfort zones, and embrace new possibilities?
I'll take this one, Lord, just me. Um, I think it's all I think it's all about I said this last night in my stream. It's all about the end goal, right? The resolution we were talking about earlier. I think when you are in an uncomfortable situation and you're inside your comfort zone in your safety bubble, when you're inside that bubble and you're not taking risk, how can you move forward? If you're stuck in a cycle and you're going in round and round and other people are shooting towards the finish line, can you get to the finish line if you're still in that circle? So sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. You have to close your eyes and just go for it, push through it. And it's easier said than done, yes. But think of the end goal. I want to be here, and I can't do that if I'm walking in circles. I have to get my feet wet, or, in black girl terms, black girl magic, get my hair wet. And I don't want to, but I got to do it. I got to go out into the storm and I got to push forward. So when you're in that cycle of, I'm comfortable here, I'm sated, just know that you're going to be comfortable in the same spot. If you
Mm,
want to move forward, if you want to grow, you have to shift. Think of like a plant, think of a flower. If it gets too big for its pot, it has to move. It has to
mhm,
change. Yeah, those roots are comfortable. They're grown, but sometimes you have to uproot and you move forward. And it's a change. It's uncomfortable, but it's better. You grow, you blossom. You can't grow if you're stuck in a bubble. Sometimes you just gotta pop it and spread your wings and fly like a little butterfly in a cocoon. They're comfortable in there, but they open it and they're even bigger, they're better, and now they can fly. So when you're comfortable, I feel like comfortable is dangerous sometimes we get stuck in being comfortable and being safe in our little space, but we know in our hearts and our minds we want better, we want bigger, but we're afraid to take that risk to get outside of what we know. I'm sorry. You never see the world if you're stuck in the same place.
yeah.
So, in one of my songs, I say two things I want to touch on right here. First off, is let your wins be your wins and not bask too long in the glory of that. Meaning, a lot of us get stuck on the last accomplishment. We bask in that glory for so long, and it just, well, don't forget the 2 years ago, and that 2 years turned into, don't act like 4 years ago, and then that turned into, and as you're still basking in that, it's time passing on. Like you never see. I feel like you should set new goals once you're close to reaching the ones that you already have. If and start working towards them. It needs to be a clean process. You hit this one, yay, good for you. You should already be into your next endeavor, and that's how you keep yourself moving. You never see your future living in your rearview mirror. You're
Mhm.
not you keep looking back at what you
Yes.
already did, and you're gonna miss out on something that you're supposed to be doing or something that's coming. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I'm gonna leave that one right there. Kind took care of that one.
Welcome to Divine Living, y'all. If you're just now getting here, you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot. You missed a lot because we are coming to the bottom of the hour. This has been an awesome show, and we're not quite done yet. We're going to tie this all together. This show today is about where do we begin? Setting intentions for 2024. I'm hoping that you all have received a little bit of something on this topic on where do we begin. because we've talked about reflection, redirection, resolution, relationships, respect, and renew. Let's stay right with the renew process for just a little bit longer and talk about leaping into our authentic selves and respecting our true value and beliefs. Can you tell me or about experiences that you have had when you've taken that leap? I know you've told us how you can, but can you tell us about um, times of where you've taken that leap to of authenticity and finding your greater and finding greater fulfillment?
Like I stated earlier, for the people who are just coming in, I had a real hard time in 2023. I really wanted to change who I was. I wanted to change my core personality. I wanted to be meaner and tougher. I wanted my heart not to work the way that it worked. I went through a situation where um, someone that I loved and trusted really put me in harm's way. They put me in a situation that I never want to be in my life again. And then come fast forward, something happens to them. And though I'm like, I'm going to stand on this. I'm going to be a meaner kind, a tougher kind. I'm going to cut ties. My heart started to sing, and it was like, you can't. You got to do this. And I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I know who I am at my core. I know who I am in my soul, and I can still love this person. I can still be there for this person, but respect myself and set boundaries and let them know how they can and cannot deal with me. And sticking up for myself against my family, speaking up has never been one of the things I've ever done. In my 29 years of living, I've always been the yes, and it's okay. Don't worry about it, positivity. And it felt good to advocate for myself. It felt good to set boundaries, but still respect myself and who I am. I love you. I'm here for you. I support you, but you will not and you cannot treat me this way. And that felt good for me to advocate for myself and speak on for myself.
So mine is when I finally, even though I walked into, I caught my ex cheating. So even though I walked into that, regardless of that being that, it was still a bond there because of my daughter. It was still love there. I had been with this woman for almost 8 years at the time. It took a lot to let go. I held myself back from, and I'm talking about even though I wasn't there anymore. I was no longer physically there. I was no longer dealing with her physically. I just held on to that pain and that bitterness for a long, long time. I didn't, my mission was wrong. My mission was I'm going to get and be this to make this person mad or to make them see this and everything else. And I don't care what you chasing, what type of ambition you have, whatever road you embark on. If your intentions, which we started off with, are not pure from the from the inception of it, then what do you think you're gonna get out the end of it?
Mm,
Like it's not gonna come out the way that you wanted it to. It's not gonna come out like that. So me letting that go, finally just breathing. I just had to breathe one night. I was like, you know what? I'm doing this for the wrong reasons. And that's why I was finding no wins in my victories. Same thing I was doing, I found myself doing here on the app. Now it was, you know what? I'm gonna prove a point this week. You know what? Since they doing this, I'm gonna stomp down in their comp this week. You know, and my intentions weren't always what they was. My intentions had moved to something else. So I had to shift myself back. And that's the thing that got me through that. That's the thing that made me better. When I broke through that relationship, when I broke through my own intentions of um, taking actions just to be spiteful,
mm,
everything changed. Everything changed for me.
yeah,
So that's when my breakthrough came.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you both for sharing. Thank you for being my guest this morning for the first show of the year, setting intentions for 2024. And our 7 R's. I got one more, and that is the response. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? When we're setting intentions for 2024, what would you like to leave with the guests or with the audience of Divine Living? Your response to reflection, redirection, resolution, relationship, respect, and renew.
It sounds like all of those R's may add up to refinement at the end.
Mm, loving it.
Refinement. Use everything that you've learned here today, or whatever you might have learned from last year, to better yourself and refine yourself in this year. Um, Look back at your losses and find the victories that were there. There's victories in your losses. Not only that, continue to subscribe to the best streaming app that there is, the Tag app.
Yes.
The app that's been here that has provided all of us with this opportunity right now to even be over here, to hear Ms. Divine, to hear Kind, to get whatever you may have gotten from myself or anybody else. I just appreciate having the opportunity to be here again. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me. And I hope everybody down there in the chat and in the views has taken something that may have been said and used it to refine yourself.
Thank you. That's so awesome. Thank you.
I think Lord just me hit it on the head, hit the nail on the. Is it the nail on the head or the hammer on the head? But you get my
Girl,
point.
girl.
I think he hit the head on the nail or the nail on the head.
The
I believe
nail
it's
is
that one.
we're hitting nails. We're
But
driving those nails.
I'll say this for everyone out there. Um, Life is hard sometimes. It's downright painful. But this is the one life that you've been given to live. Make every moment count. Every experience can have be a lesson. Every challenge can have a moment of growth in it. Always reflect and look what you can do better in every situation. Look for the lesson, look for the growing stone, and be a better you. Last year may have kicked your tushy. But this year you can be a champion. You can be the king of your story. You hold the key. You're the key holder of your journey. You're the captain of your ship. You are the pilot of your plane. And I like to say that it never rains forever. So if you're having a bad day today or your day was bad yesterday, then know that this too shall pass and you will make it through. I believe that you can. I hope that your 2024 brings you guys more life, more love, more happiness, and more positivity. And be a better you. Use your stepping stones and be a better you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Would you guys like to leave us with anything else? What you got going on? Where to catch you if they're hiding, didn't know, or new to this place that they don't know who you both are? Let them know where they can find you one more time.
Ladies first.
Hi guys. My name is Kindhearted Babe. I stream on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but you can always catch me sometimes during the week for a little pop-up rendezvous of positivity. I am a co-host of the She Code every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, right after the G Code. If you don't catch me screaming, you can always catch me where the stars are, and that's in the palace with Lord Just Me. I love to say in a world where you guys can choose to do and be anything. I hope you guys always choose to be kind. Thank you so much for having me, Miss Divine. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I hope that your Saturday is stupendous.
Thank you so much for being here. Love you. Love you so much. Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Um, y'all know who I am, Lord, just me. Big Top Badge, Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Tagged app, the best streaming app on in the universe. We got the karaoke and the type along. You can come over and put up your best performance, or you can sit in the comments and type along. Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Tagged app or any app connected to the Meet group. It is hypothetically, of course, my feature show on the app where I give out real life hypothetical situations. I get two people to act those situations out. They give you real reactions. We have a real talk afterwards. I might even bring up somebody that really went through the situation. Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself and Brooklyn's own DJ for Top Badge. It's the Fade Party. Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right before the She Code. It is the G Code. Y'all pull up on me, man. We got Pretty Wiki for Top Badge. We got Kind Hearted for Top Badge. Bear Pierre for Top Badge. Brookie for Top Badge. I'm missing somebody, y'all. Big Fine for Top Badge. Help me, stars. Help me. Who else did I miss? Bear Pierre. Did I say his name? No, all the people that we supporting right now, y'all pull up on us. Thank you for having me, love. We appreciate you. Me, mom for Top Badge. Don't put your hands on the face with the emoji. Jeez.
Thank you again, Top Bad. Lord just me for coming and hanging out with me. Oh, this has been an awesome show. An awesome, awesome show. We started the show with a couple of quotes. Y'all, I'm going back to Willy Wonka. I'm going back to Willy Wonka. So the first quote that we started with, and I'm going to leave with too, is it is wise to keep in mind that neither success nor failure is ever final. It's never final, you guys. And I hope that you receive from this show some inspiration, just like Willy Wonka said. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. I see a couple ways to kind of view that paradise today. Anything you want to do, just do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it, y'all. There's nothing to it, right? There's nothing to it. Lord Just Me said, it's refinement, right? Use this year as a year of refinement. Choose your word for the year. My word for the year last year was intention. How would you start your year this year? What word will you use to help you along this journey? What word will you use? Intentions were my words last year. I'm gonna tell you next week what my word is. Next week, I will have we're doing our wellness board. We're doing our wellness board, and I want you there to hang out with me. I want to say a special thanks to all my gifters. Lord Just Me, Plain Jane, Top Badge, Big Praise G, CD Kate, Fly Butterfly, Bear Pierre, my not so little girl, Coco Fairy, Kind Hearted Babe, Sexy D, and Wick, John Wick. Those are my top 10 for the stream. And as always, I will leave you with our words from Divine Living. Without words, the speech cannot be heard. Without a voice, there's nothing to be said. Without sound, it's only left to be seen. And without them all, we're just beings without being a thing. Use your voice to be the light of change. Thank you, guys.